Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. My name is Javier Aguirre. I'm an educator, I'm an activist, I'm a writer, I'm a grant writer, I'm an author. Schools are my passion. So what I bring to you, I try to bring you alternative information, things that perhaps other people are not thinking about. So let us start with a general phrase. Schools are failing our children. I've mentioned this in other videos, and it's the foundation for videos such as this. Schools are obligated to educate our children. They assumed the role of educator. The rewards and consequences reflect on them. So the education that is fostered upon our children must be able to be demonstrated in a particular fashion. Mathematics, for example, should be demonstrated in, at the very least, addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. Language arts should be able to be demonstrated by one, being able to read and comprehend at the very least medium level information. Should be able to write a simple sentence and to comprehend the context of a complex sentence. And of course, spell correctly. How many people do you know that cannot spell? Really? Trump can't do it. Hell, Trump can barely speak English. And at the very most, they should be able to understand and navigate a simple contract. Reasoning should be able to be demonstrated by strong decision-making skills where a graduate can apply logic to whatever decisions they make, from which books to read to comparing renting to purchasing a house or a car. Communication should be demonstrated by being able to express themselves reasonably and effectively, as well as being able to determine between false information and viable facts. This is the role of a school. What is happening is that those persons not directly involved with the school system, the majority of parents, simply accept that the schools know what they're doing. They measure their child's success by a walk down the aisle at graduation, while celebrating without any consideration as to whether the student is educated or not. The paper is the proof. Communities simply accept the school district's assertion that students have achieved sufficient classroom grades to be dubbed a graduate. Consequently, when a graduate can't find a job and continues to rely on their parents for support, the common complaint is, didn't you learn anything in school? The question should be, you just spent 12 years in school. What happened? To start wanting to change the system right now is pretty daunting, and it's a little too late. The horses have left the corral. When parents finally realize that their high school graduate can't make change, relies on audio versus written material, can't spell, and doesn't even understand a traffic ticket, it is too late to send them back to school to fix the problem. Schools assume the responsibility for educating children and producing high quality graduates. Schools assume this responsibility. They are not forced into it. which means that they are placing themselves in a position where they say that they are capable of doing the job. Current statistics in all areas practically scream that schools have failed our children. The graduation rates are increasing, say the administrators, says the government. It is a lie. They are hyped graduation rates. They are not graduating graduates. They are polluting our streets with dysfunctional high school graduates. Remedial education rates, a $1.3 billion industry in the United States. Remedial education simply says that your high school graduate is not ready for college. Before they can ever start taking classes for credit, they must take the 100 classes, English 100, Math 100, just to get ready for college. A group of my colleagues and I have always thought that there should be a legislative bill whereby community college receiving students who require remedial education should be able to sue the school, the high school, to pay for the remedial education before the students are entered into regular classes. The same for universities. Universities should be able to sue community colleges who provide them with a faulty product, expecting the university to fulfill their obligation to provide qualified college graduates into the street. Just makes sense to us. Lowering the bar, which is why there are so many graduates graduating with quote unquote academic success. The bar is so low that most students will pass their classes. Academic non-performance. This results in a push-out rate where students are pushed out of school, out of classes, into the next level because the one currently working with those students is incapable of showing success with these students. Low adult literacy rates. Almost 50% of the adults in the United States read at or below the 6th grade level. Social corruption due to companies using legalese and small print in contracts. People are not sophisticated enough to be able to read a contract, and those who can read, understand, interpret, and translate the contractual language, abuse it, and take advantage of those who can't, and on and on and on. As with all products, companies deliver, but the client requires a guarantee. We should ask for a guarantee. If the law requires parents to send their kids to school, by law, and a parent can be prosecuted for not sending their kid to school or providing education, then the law should also place accountability on those same, I would say schools, but I want to say education providers. Especially these days, parents should demand a guarantee that the school environment is safe and free from nonviolence, and that the school environment does not require armed policing. A guarantee that students will be able to demonstrate all 4 areas of a quality education: reasoning, communication, math, and reading and writing, a guarantee that a diploma has a value in the labor force. They should have a guarantee that a student does not require remedial education if they choose to go to college. Do not rely on politicians. Do not rely on overpaid school administrators. Don't rely on status-hungry boards of education. The need is a call for accountability on the part of the schools. Police should question the increase in youth crime. Those criminals are enrolled in school. Communities should question the increase in poverty. If you're getting a diploma and achieving a community college degree, and even better, getting a university degree, assures a person of having a paying job in their life, then the school should guarantee the value of that paperwork that they are, I would say, granting, but more delivering into the hands of dysfunctional high school graduates. Society should question why the schools are failing our children and our communities. If you are a parent forced to send your child to school, get a written document that asks the principal or the superintendent to guarantee that your child is not going to be hurt, killed, violated, abused on a school campus. A guarantee that your child upon graduation will be able to perform mathematical functions, reasoning, creative thinking, that they will be able to read, write, and spell at a level attributed to a high school graduate. Get a guarantee that the school will be performing their duties as defined by societal standards. Take it to your principal. Ask the superintendent to sign it. See and experience their response. They would rather give you a disclaimer that says that you as a parent will not hold them liable if their child is injured, hurt, killed, violated, graduates dysfunctional, incapable of performing in society. They would rather offer you a disclaimer than to sign a guarantee that they will do their best, to the best of their ability. My name is Javier Aguirre. Thank you for joining me. If this bothers some of you, it should. If it raises hope for some of you, it should. We, as parents, can change the schools.